Hi everyone, it's Deb, and I am here today with a super quick, easy coaster that we can make using this beautiful Prima Gypsy cord that they've come out with. I'll show you right here. Comes in lots of different colors, and if you go to the store, you'll see them all. I chose this neutral one because it will go with my vintage living room, and this particular one is called Esmeralda. So it comes in strands, and there is 6 strands on a roll. And what I did was I took it and braided it. Okay, and that's what we're going to use. Now, for the bottom, you would just need a piece of felt or a piece of cork or something like that that you want to work with. I chose some felt, and this is a coaster that I have, and it's just wood, and I hate it because once it gets wet, it like drips off the sides, even though it's got this gully in it. And I use a lot of ice, so my cups are always got a ton of water on it. So I wanted something that was a little more absorbent. So I'm going to just draw a circle around it. And I could actually put this cord right on this wood, and that might work too, but I didn't. These were, we got these when we were on vacation, and so I didn't want to ruin that memory. So, okay, so I've drawn my circle, and now I'm just going to cut it out. And I don't know about you, but if you drink cold or hot stuff, and depending on your tabletop, it can ruin it. So I'm really big on using coasters, and it really drives me nuts when people put a drink on my tables that haven't used it, and they don't grab a coaster. So I like to have lots of them laying around, and I have all different kinds, so that no matter where they sit, there's going to be a coaster there. Okay, now this is probably not going to be perfect, and once I put my braid on, then I can, trim anything that needs to be trimmed. Okay, so there's my circle, and here's my braid. Now, one of the things that is important is you don't want that knot on there, but I needed it to get this thing started. So I'm just eyeballing it to kind of find the center. Now, you could probably use a circumference and be more exact, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna. So I'm putting that underneath, and then I'm going to cut that knot off, and I'm using a glue gun. Okay, make sure that's stuck really well before I go in to cut the knot off. Okay, and so then I can just fold back my felt and cut the knot. Just be careful not to cut your felt. You don't want to do that. Okay, so the knot's off, and really the purpose of that was just to hold the braid. So now we've got that stuck to the center like that. Okay? All right. And now it's just a matter of winding. So I'm going to start by making a kind of a tight wind right here. Okay, and I'm going to need to tack that down. So you just periodically put some glue. Okay, and just keep winding, but make sure that you keep your, and I can see I'm off center here, but that's all right. You just want to make sure that your braid stays flat. Okay, so you're always winding that braid in the same direction and flat, and just keep putting glue in and keep winding. So I'm going to fast forward through this. This is going to be, like I said, a really quick and easy, down and dirty video that won't take you very long, but you can make a whole set of these out of one of the rolls, and you could do it in, a whole set in probably 30 minutes once you have your braid done. The braid takes the longest. All right, so I'm going to fast forward through, and I will see you at the end. Okay, so we've come to the end, and as you can see, there's just a little bit there where that's going to wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, and get it just to the end. Now I'm going to, let's make sure that's dry first. Sorry. Okay, now you want to take it and cut it about an inch away. Now you could make a knot here first, which I think I might. That way my braid won't come undone from the other end, so I can make another one. So I'm just pulling that through. Okay, and I'm going to get that out to about right there. So about a half inch to an inch away from where your coaster is. And then just cut right at the knot. Okay, so now this piece is ready to go for the next coaster. And because you glued this, it's not going to come apart. But see, now you've got these ends, and those you just want to tuck under and glue down. Now you will have a slight lump there, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do on that. I just want to make sure those are down there really good. Okay, now you could stop at that, and it will, you know, it's fine to use as a coaster. However, I'm going to take a second piece of the felt, and I'm going to use, where'd my coaster go? There it is. I'm going to use my coaster again and cut another piece. So first I'm going to cut a square. Need to get my scissors sharpened. Okay, so I've got another piece there, and I'm just going to repeat the process of outlining, I cut that out. Sorry, I'm not in frame, just cutting it out. Okay, so I've got that cut out, and now I'm just going to cut off any little pointy areas because you want it to be kind of, you know, kind of straight so it looks nice on the back. All right, there we go. And so now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to layer this on top. Make sure I don't have it. Yeah, see, it's slightly bigger in a couple areas, so I'm going to adjust that. And that's just because of where I cut on the line. And I am loving this gypsy cord. I mean, it can be used for so many different things. I've got another project that I'll be using it for my Friday project this week. And I'm just having a lot of fun playing with this cord. Now, when I first got it, I thought that it would all be, you know, just one long continuous piece of cording, and it wasn't. So that surprised me a lot. And I wish it was, honestly. But I have figured out different ways to use it that I like equally well. So, okay, so that's better. So now I'm just going to glue that. Sorry, fingers are full of glue and fuzzies are sticking. So now I'm just going to glue that. Just going to put a line of glue around the outside and a little squiggly on the inside and glue that right down on top. Okay, and so now you can go in and you can see that you know, some of the edges might not be perfect. And if you wanted to be perfect, you would just put your line of glue closer to the end, and it will, and you won't have to do this, but ugh, my glue gun is dripping everywhere. Okay, my main thing is I want to make sure that this area where I fold it over is good and glued. So stick that in there. And then I can go around and check some of the edges. And just fold them over. And you wouldn't have to do this because nobody's going to be pulling at it. It's just one of those finishing touches. Okay, and there you have a nice flat coaster. And put a drink on it. And if it's a, a wet cup, it will absorb because of the fibers. And the bottom is double layered, so that will help, with some of the moisture too. If you wanted to, like I said, you could use the cork coaster. That would work just as well. There's, anything except maybe like cardboard would work on the back. And cardboard might work if you covered it somehow. I don't think I would leave it plain because cardboard does tend to fall apart when it gets wet. So that's one. Now, while I was doing that, I was actually thinking of an easy way, and I'm going to show you one more real quickly, of an easy way to find that center. So let's cut one more out because I'm going to make a set of these anyway. Let's cut one more out. The nice thing about making your own coasters is you can, choose colors that you like. Now, I really like this gypsy cord because it's multicolored and multi-textured, and, it just adds something. But, you could use regular yarn as well. I just don't happen to like it. Or plain jute. Plain jute works really well. Okay, so one of the things that, like I said, that I was thinking is how would you find the center easily? And I got to thinking if you fold it in half and fold it in half again, now you've got a little triangle, and that's your center point, okay? And so you can hold that, open it back up, and now you know right where your center is because you've had those fold lines. Now, you really crease it, and it'll show better. But like I said, it doesn't have to be exact anyway, but because you saw I eyeballed mine and it came out pretty straight. But if you wanted it to be exact, this would be your way. And now you've got your center because you've got your folds. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start another one, and I will see you next time. I appreciate you watching, and be sure to check out the store for all the different beautiful colors of this cord. Have a great day.